Hello guys, welcome to the third video in the Python programming series. So in this video we'll be discussing about built-ins in Python, built-in functions. So what are they actually? I am going to tell you. So I guess in our first video we saw Python as a calculator. So during that we were able to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, addition, finding the quotient, finding the remainder, raising something to the power of something, and we also negated numbers. These all things we did in that one video in just 13 minutes. So in this video we'll be doing something which we were not able to do using those arithmetic operators, that is plus, minus, asterisk, slash, 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 modulo, or the percentage symbol. So what are we going to do? So what won't we be able to do with those things? Suppose if someone comes to me and asks, hey, can you tell me which is the greatest one, 37 or 47? So I'll simply answer it will be 47 because it's obvious for a human to do it. But when it comes to this computer, cannot do that because it does not have intelligence. So we will be providing that. So what are they asking? To find the maximum of a value. So there is a function called max. So how do we give those two values? First we need to enter that function name, which is max. You can see that the name is highlighted in purple. Next, open the parenthesis. Here you can see a pop-up box opened, which will give you, a kind of description, a tiny description about these functions, which you don't need it right now. I am giving two values. Let me say 57, or that guy came and asked me, so I need to tell him 47. So it is returning 47. Max of 37 and 47 is 47. Now it also takes floating point values. 37.9999, comma 37.999998. Close the parenthesis. So there's 1 9 extra over here. Now suppose that, see, this one is the greatest among these two. Okay. Now here I tried out something crazy. Max of 2 comma 2. See, I'm passing two arguments. Two arguments. What are arguments? Arguments are something that are passed into a function. This is the function. They are enclosed in parentheses. They are separated by commas. They are giving out a value. They are returning a value. So this is the thing. Max of 2 comma 2 is 2 itself. So actually not just max function, but there are a many number of built-in functions in Python actually. So it is not possible to explain each of them. So I'll give you a way to know what are all those. So type dir of some built-ins. So we need to enter underscore built-ins underscore close parenthesis. So there's a typo error. I forgot the L there. So built-ins. Great. So you can see, wow, there are many built-in functions which are predefined by in Python. So you can use any one of them by following the proper syntax. So right now we used this one. So let's see this abs function. Abs. So I don't know anything about abs actually. So I never tried it out. So let me do something. I want to know about abs. What should I do? Enter help of abs. So it is telling me help on built-in function abs and module built-ins. Abs of x comma something, return the absolute value of the argument. Okay. So if I give it, let me try it out. I'll tell abs of 23 is going to be 23 itself. Obvious. Now abs of minus 67 is going to be positive 67. Okay. Now I'll find it out that abs is used to find the absolute value of the argument. So you got it right. These two things, dir of something and help of something, will give you. Next thing, let me do something. Okay, let me do with po. What is po? What is po? Help of po. Okay, it is telling me help on built-in function po in module built-ins. Po of x comma y comma z is equal to none. What is this? I am amazed. Z is equal to none in the sense Z is an optional argument. I told you what is an argument. Z is an optional argument. No problem if you give it or won't. But x comma y are compulsory or the needed arguments. So this is an optional argument. So let me check. This will give something called x. Okay, here it started. Equivalent to x to the power of y when z is equal to none, or x to the power of y modulo z when there are three arguments. So ints are used to get more efficient algorithm. Okay, let me try this out. Of, let me first give two arguments. So you can also see here it is giving the same thing what is present here. The first few lines. Yeah, I'll mention of 6 comma 7 first. It is giving me 6 raised to the power of 7, which is 2799936. Now it's a really huge number. So I want to find the modulo 5. I tried to find the modulo 7 of it. 6 comma 7 comma 7, which is equal to 6. Okay. Now I'll find out that 6 raised to the power of 7 modulo 7 is equal to 6. So these are some built-ins I told you. Even you can find by yourself. Now let's go back to our notes. So what are built-in functions? Okay, we'll discuss about built-in functions. And first thing that we are going to discuss is what is a function call. Let me make it a bit colorful. Okay, what is a function call? The general form of a function call is function name of arguments. These arguments are separated by commas. You need to remember that. Function name of comma separated arguments. The rules is evaluate the arguments and call the function passing in the argument values. So instead of giving them a complex values, you can give them a simpler numbers, like say instead of giving 273 plus 381 plus something, you can just give the resultant of that. And then you need to call this function a function name. These are your arguments. You need to tell it properly. Okay, great. Now, what are the proper terminologies used? Argument. Argument is a value given to a function. As we saw here, arguments are comma separated values. As we saw in our previous example, they are comma separated values. And few may be optional arguments also. So passing the arguments, I told you many times, passing the arguments. It means providing the function with these two arguments called a and b. Now calling a function also, you can see calling the function is asked. What is calling the function? What does it do? How do you call a function? So calling a function means ask, we should request Python, please evaluate. I am giving you the values. I'm passing them to you. Please return me. What is return? Pass back the value of the given function. Some example function calls are also given here. Abs of minus 23 is equal to 23. Abs of 56.24 is equal to 56.24. Great. Now I told you how to use about function dir. So these are all the built-in functions. These all are the built-in functions in Python. Next, how to ask for help. How should I ask Python to help me about a particular function? So we are getting information about that particular function using this function, using another function of help. Help of say for example abs. We'll do something like return the absolute value of the argument. Now to give you an idea of optional arguments, I also included this in this document. This po function. So I told you what does it do, and for optional arguments, in few editors you'll find square braces around them, square brackets. But as you saw in my what my editor, you can see that they are. You will see that the z is equal to none thing is mentioned. So that is the thing, or that is the difference between different editors. So each editor provides you different different kinds of things. So, and let us continue with our notes. There's nothing to continue, it's done. So that's it in this video, guys. In the next video we'll see how to define our own functions. Thank you.